What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? And welcome to the Aging Potheads. I am the Funky Monk, aka Big Brother Boss. With me is the beautiful Miss Candy with an X. What's going on, Miss Candy?
Hi, not much. Just sitting there watching some developments unfold. But
I
hi you
see, I
guys. How you
see.
guys doing?
Oh man, everybody who's joining us, go ahead and share this out with your friends. Let them know we finna blaze up because we got a good show for y'all today. But first, let's blaze.
All right, I got a grown-up blunt today. Last week Funky was making fun of my little blunt, calling it a lunchtime blunt. But it's all right, I big root up.
And I'm already
Oh,
starting.
ah, ah, ah.
Now, what I'm messing with this week is excuse me, Candy Jack, which is a sativa dominant hybrid. Um, I gave it 4 blunts. It's one of those highs like if you just waking up in the morning, you need that little get up and go, just to get your day started. That's the strain for it. Or a break time, like fuck, you need to run outside real quick, just get a little something,
Get
something.
get a little warm, you know.
Yeah, Candy Jack is where it is. What you smoking on?
I am smoking Russian cream candy or Russian candy cream.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dominant sativa hybrid. Um, I'm giving it 5 blunts because it's very, I'm mainly I'm more indica leaning, but I do like the sativas. I feel very much in my head right now and very
Mm-hmm.
kind of spacey. So,
Uh-huh.
um, it's not, it's not like it kind of gives me a dry mouth kind of thing too
Mm-hmm.
because I'm noticing I'm having to drink a lot of water. Um,
Okay.
but it's cool. I totally feel it all in my head. Like I just feel like my head is separated from my body right now. People are talking to
Mm-hmm.
me, and then immediately after they say something, I totally forget what they just said. So so that's the kind of show that we're gonna have tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. And sorry y'all, I forgot. Um, not forget, blame it on my head, not my heart. I'm high. We got Token Tony on the boards tonight.
We do.
So he's back there. So let us know what you're smoking, where you watching us from. Man, we got a lot. I mean, we don't have a lot, but there's a lot going on. One thing I do want to do is we seem to be doing this every week. Rest in peace to the actress Kirstie Alley. Um,
Yeah,
Passed
yeah.
away a couple of days ago. Um, if y'all don't know who she is, she was in Cheers. She was in the Look Who's Talking series.
My
Uh,
favorites.
yeah, she did a lot of TV shows as well as movies back in the 90s.
Hmm.
So definitely rest in peace to Kirstie Alley. She died on the 5th to due to cancer. She had a
Yeah.
short battle with cancer, from what I found out. Um,
Yeah, colon cancer.
yeah,
It wasn't, she was in her 70s. She was
yeah.
71.
Hmm.
Um, again, I do remember her being in Cheers, and I remember her being in the Look Who's Talking
Hmm.
movies, which were my favorites as kid. Growing up watching her in those movies. So I always liked her as an
Hmm.
actress. I think she kind of sometimes played the spacey kind of. She wasn't
Hmm.
really a blonde, but sometimes they kind of had her play kind of like that sometimes. But I
Yeah.
never really saw her in anything else other
Hmm.
than those. I know she did other stuff, so
Yeah.
definitely rest in peace to her and
Hmm.
her family. And I mean, whatever realm she's in now is hopefully way better than this one. So
Yes, and also, speaking of deaths in family, we heard last week. We should have reported it last week. We didn't really get to it, but in the Shanquella Robinson case, her family was reporting that um, authorities in Mexico had issued a um, had issued a
oh
warrant
yeah. Hmm.
um, for one of the friends who were there in Mexico at the time. Although the source didn't say who it was, many suspect it was the young lady who was in the video beating on Shanquella. Um,
Hmm.
and the charges for femicide, which in Mexico is the murder of a woman through direct attack, pretty much almost like domestic violence murder here in the States.
Hmm.
Once they do have this person in custody, they're expected to be extradited to Mexico for processing and prosecution. Whereas, hopefully, people are hoping that the rest of her friends do get charged, um, as we are. Um, our condolences once again to the family. Um, but we'll keep you posted on that. Those folks, I
Hmm.
mean, they can't be walking around their neighborhoods without getting talked to. So, in our production meeting, um, we were really talking about how they might be on the run, or I think they're more in hiding than on the run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they're more in hiding. I think that the things that I've heard just with other YouTube uh, uh, bloggers, that I follow, I was hearing that the last that people were saying she was seen was in, and I'm talking about Dejanay. That's the one who
Mm-hmm.
was in the video,
Yeah.
that can be seen, basically doing the little wrestling move
Mm-hmm.
on Shanquella.
Yeah.
I heard that. Well, I saw allegedly her last known whereabouts were in Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to spread misinformation. At the beginning, there was this site that everybody was going to and
Mm-hmm.
saying that Shanquella Dejanay rather had been
Mm-hmm.
arrested, but she has
Yeah.
not been arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's just arrest warrants issued for
Mm-hmm.
her.
Yeah.
Um, and the last that I heard was Mexico's just waiting for the red tape, whatever red tape that they need to go make this thing
Mm-hmm.
happen or what have you, and to be able to, I guess, maybe pursue, because I don't even know if they're in pursuit of them. I just
Yes.
think that there's just been a warrants issued. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
And
who's
and
following up? Who's doing the warrant? I don't know. I think Mexico's
exactly
doing
who's
it.
going to
So,
execute the warrant and all that. I
yeah.
think that's done through the State Department or Interpol, and Interpol has
Yeah, Interpol,
some shit.
yes. It's all
It's
government stuff at this point.
Yeah, it's all shit above my pay grade.
Right.
But you know, if this thing is, when it first happened, these people were like, "Oh, you need to hear our side. You need to hear our side." It's like, then let's go ahead and get that out in the open. Then, let's get this shit out in the open. Let's go ahead and
They
say,
want to be
"Hey,
paid for their interviews. That's the thing. Several of the bloggers that have been following this case, have, through their people got to them to,
mm-hmm,
get your side out. What happened? Let us know what happened.
yeah,
And they're requesting to be paid for whatever their story is. So these are just the
mm-hmm,
kind of people that she were around, she surrounded herself with, unfortunately.
yeah,
And we have to shout out those bloggers, because people don't like to take YouTube bloggers, but the news didn't even report this. The news are getting their information from the same bloggers I'm getting my information from, and they're reporting the
yeah."
same information. So
Which happens to be,
um
which can be inaccurate.
Yeah, so it can be, but that's where nobody was picking this up on the regular news. They didn't even pick this up until everybody started talking about it in the blogs, so they're, they follow, they definitely watch.
And we can get into that because I mean we know why. Not going to get into it on the air.
Yeah, we know why. I mean, we know
But
why.
it also goes, like I said, it's reminiscent of the story that happened a few years ago when a young lady died at a slumber party with her friends. And
Hmm.
nobody seems to know what happened. They said it was a suicide, but I'm sorry. I don't,
We don't
certain
believe
things don't,
that.
don't add up. I don't believe that, you
Yeah, and this
know.
is also like not to cut you off, but this also, I don't know if you remember that little boy that got wrapped up in that wrestling mat,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody knows and his organs were missing. Like, no, how the fuck how are your organs missing? And they find you
Mm-hmm.
wrapped up in a mat, and nobody
Mm-hmm.
knows, it's
And they say you did
like,
it yourself.
yeah, how do you? I don't, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Some things
but
that we'll just never know, I guess, until we're there.
exactly. Yeah, but that's just another thing when we're talking about, issues of color. But when it comes to just like what's going on here, that's why I compared it to the case of that woman because she was with all of her friends. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
friends.
She was
Yeah.
with all of her folks, her people. So it's kind of hard to figure out what the hell is really going on. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard for us to figure that out. So I really hope it does come out on top. I do. We will give you updates as it
As we get
as
them.
it develop. Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
man, also in the news, and this is just real weird shit, y'all. I shouldn't say it's weird, but um, TV show host Amy Rohrbark. I hope I pronounced that correct.
Yeah.
And TJ, what's his last name?
Holmes.
Holmes.
TJ
They,
Dick 'em down Holmes. TJ slanging around the office, Holmes.
slinging that Dick Holmes.
Slanging that
Yeah,
thing all in the workplace. Y'all nasty. Some of y'all are really nasty. Just
but they have
damn.
they have admitted to ABC Disney that they're in a relationship. That's what they said. Somehow the news is talking about affair, but we don't know it was an affair. Supposedly, pictures from a private investigator came out showing pictures of them in November. Mind you, y'all, we're only a week into December. So, what are
Hmm.
these pictures in November for when we know that at least in August they were both separated from their respective partners?
And
Uh,
I found out something else about that too.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna interject.
Uh-huh.
When I didn't know if you were finished making your point yet, but
I don't know.
I
I
was
need you to
gonna.
stop using big words like interject, and I don't know if you were making your point like we on Crossfire or something. We
Right,
potheads.
like we're
This
on
ain't
headline
MSNBC.
news.
Calm down.
Right, we're reporting the news, huh? I know. I don't know. It's the I don't know. It's giving.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I saw that yeah, that as far as we know, that him and
Mhm.
his wife were separated,
Um,
allegedly in
mhm.
August, but she did also say that she was blindsided, those were her exact words, about the
Mhm.
relationship with Amy.
Yes.
And then they kind
Mhm.
of, I heard, one of the people that I watch on YouTube kind of went into more of
Mhm.
what exactly, I think it was Kempire.
Mhm.
Kempire's the channel that I watched, and he kind of gave a little breakdown about why this is like
Mhm.
going the way that this is going.
Mhm. Yes.
Um, and I won't get into it now, because it's a lot, but basically, they were supposed to have been,
Oh, we lost her. This must be really like a broadcast. We lost her. She on the, oh, there she go.
There, what happened? I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. What as I was saying, I was looking and they were saying that basically they were trying to they were trying to work on it, and I don't know if you saw that post that he made around his birthday, because his birthday is in August, which was supposedly when they had supposed to have been separated, right? So he goes on and makes this long post, basically, thanking her, basically gaslighting her, like, I don't even know how you stayed this long. I gave you plenty of chances to walk out on me, but with that strong black woman, that black woman thing that you have, you basically, accepted all my bullshit, even after I blatantly, tried to basically get you to just leave because you didn't, and it sounds like you just didn't want to leave. That's the way a lot of people are taking that. I don't know, but that was in August. So that was supposedly when they were trying to work it out, and but they were, still, and she was surprised that it was Amy. She knew about that other lady, but she didn't know about Amy, is what I was getting to.
And a lot of this, information, a lot of this information is coming from page 6, which is a gossip rag, So we got to take all this with a grain of salt. I did actually read, and like I say, it's page 6, so we got to really, think about the source, that he is a serial cheater. You know what I mean? And I think the wife might have been surprised it was them, because she's probably had this woman at her house. She's probably been to social functions with this woman. They probably used to kiki together. You know what I mean? So what ABC did take them off the air for a while. They quote unquote benched them. That's other words like, we're gonna try to figure out how this shit is gonna work. Her ex-husband has scrubbed all of their pictures from his IG account. TJ is no longer wearing his ring.
But he was wearing it up until the day it came out. Yeah. So, it's just those things that you kind of have to, just not that it's really any of our business, really. It's not.
Bingo.
It's not really our business. Like, if they, those are apparently two consenting adults. But, we did talk about how it looks, as a brand, because Disney owns ABC, which GMA3, I didn't even know it was a GMA3, that's how, I don't watch Good Morning America. I probably did when I was younger, but I really don't watch Good Morning America. So, but it's just, it's Disney, is very clean cut, very, very, and I think that's why they're doing it, is because they said they weren't going to do anything about it, because they don't have any morality clause, or they don't have a thing in their, in their manual that says that, this is wrong, because, workplace relationships are not allowed. So, it's like, all they got, they just gotta, talk to the people that they talk, their ex-spouses are really the ones that, naturally would be upset, but as for everybody else, we didn't care.
Go ahead, Tony.
I just had one question. Just one. Did they make a video? If they did, where can I find it?
They didn't. Not that I'm pretty sure they got, not that I'm aware of. But and then there was a conspiracy that he was the one that hired the private investigators. Like, listen, I done tried everything under the sun to get this hoe to leave me, and she will not leave. So let me go ahead and get it. Like, I heard that too, and I thought that was so funny.
And not to add, I'm not adding to speculation, but I'm adding a little logic. If he stopped wearing this ring after they admitted it, So, because when you're on the show, you still have to sort of put out that front that y'all not really together. We're just hosts. You know what I mean? So, but once that shit came out, it's more like, fuck it, let's go ahead and do it. Now, Amy is on her way to finalizing her divorce. Her divorce is finalizing. It appears that they've sold the house and they're finalizing their divorce.
I think they were already done before this came out.
Her and her husband are done. So, but the details and why the divorce occurred, we don't know. It could have been the fact that she was. It could be infidelity. We don't know until the information comes out. And frankly, it's none of our business on the back end.
It's not, but people love this shit. People love to eat stuff like that up. A workplace romance? Are you kidding me? People love that shit. People love that shit.
Yeah, and it also plays because people are talking about it, and they're like, I think they're adding their own experiences to it. You know how women say, "Oh, I broke up with him 2 weeks ago. Now he with some new bitch. Oh, he been fucking with her." And it's like, no, we don't know that. You don't know that. People heal in different ways. Some people have issue with being alone. You know what I mean? And you're right, Tony. That might be it too. But
or it could very well be that. But most people that have been caught in infidelity, 9 times out of 10, you pretty much, you might more than likely know who it is. Like, exactly. I think that's been most people's experience. And people, like I said, people are going to project and enter, their own assumptions and come up with their own, because it's, this scandalous thing. And, the wife's a lawyer too. His wife is a lawyer. So, I wouldn't put it past her, because I don't know this woman. I'm not saying she's, angry or upset, or maybe she was really blindsided, maybe she didn't know, maybe he told her they were working on it, maybe that did happen, and it is fucked up, but as she has to deal with that, I deal with that personally. I wouldn't, I don't even know who broke the story or how it even came out, but I think they were just so out in the open with it, and I think that's why it wound up coming out, because they were just like, they was living, they was out. You saw the pictures. They wasn't hiding nothing. So they weren't hiding it at all. So I don't know. I don't know. It's it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And that's what I think, is that it's been going on, and I believe everybody all around knew what was going on. It's
Robin Roberts knew.
Yeah,
she
now it's
confronted
public.
them too. Yeah, like she was confronting them too, and like I heard I know this is all alleged. I got this, just from what I've watched about it today early while I was sitting here waiting to start the show. But it's. Those kinds of things are sad, because, you just don't, you feel for the people that are involved in it and directly it affects. Like, I just realized that Amy's ex-husband was the guy from Party of Five, the Andrew Shue guy. I didn't even realize that was him, Like, I was like, oh, I know who that is. But, I think they were a little bit further along and, they're parting of ways than I think TJ and his wife was still kind of working on it, but it wasn't working, or they were very much pretty much headed there, but this happened, so so I feel bad for her. That sucks, and especially in front of the world, but she'll be all right.
Yeah, and she will be. Hopefully he'll take care of her. Get the divorce. You know what I mean? If we're here now, we're here.
Yeah,
we're here, bro.
We're
here, girl. It's time for you to put up or shut up now. You know what I mean? Go ahead and leave his ass. My opinion is, like, if they're separated, then that's what it is. People are like, but they're still married. Okay, I get it, but it's none of our fucking business. You know, why, you know, it goes back to what we said a few weeks ago, where it's just like, we got so much other shit going on, but we can get in somebody else's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We love a good
gossip.
train.
Yeah, we love a good gossip. I love me some good piece of tea. I'm not even gonna front. I love that shit. So you know, I love the it's just juicy. I think people can relate to it. You know, and it doesn't mean we don't feel for her. It doesn't mean that we're not empathetic on either side, really, because he might have been like checked out a long time ago, and like he could have been told her like, look,
Exactly.
we saw, if you read the post he made, it was clear that he
had already checked out.
He had been doing him. So she just, maybe she didn't get the clue until but maybe this is the thing that she needs to finally.
It's time for me to get like somebody. It's time for me to get like some of these vloggers. You know what I mean? Like I said, maybe she's trying to stave off the embarrassment. You know what I mean? Let's be clear. We know how this goes sometimes. It's like, some women have this ego where they don't want to be made to be look like a fool.
Well, nobody wants to be made to look like a fool.
Yeah, nobody. I get it.
Nobody. Nobody wants to. Men don't want that either. So like, I mean, I get like that point, but like nobody wants to be embarrassed, like especially by somebody they said that they loved. Yeah. So like if it were that she were on the other foot, how would he feel? Like if this was happening to him.
Yeah, so, I get it. And I think that's the thing. It's a whole lot going on. We don't have any real sources, or things like that. So it's just really like, it's all speculation at this point. And I'm not really invested. I shouldn't be invested. ABC should do their due diligence and follow accordingly.
Look, I'm invested. I want to know. Like I love me a good.
They brought us in,
right? Like, I want to know what's happening. But as far as like taking them off the air, like I think maybe that. I mean, I guess I feel like that's the only thing that they really could have done to make them feel like, oh, we don't stand for this. I think that's just why they did that. Because most people know. People know how this stuff's gonna go. It's it's just scandalous, and it's good. It's entertaining.
Scandal. That's
makes
what
a good TV. Good rating. They ratings probably shot up the next, because they still came on set the next day after it broke, and like nothing happened. So people was just sitting at home, like Beth Sue in Arkansas. I know she was like, "What the?"
That's
losing her shit.
That's because they don't have to address it. It's nobody's business. I'm sure they went in. I'm sure when they went into their production meeting that morning, they was like, "Look, we're not gonna mention this shit. You're not gonna make a statement. Y'all gonna go on what's on the cards, and we're gonna
just report."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's the very response I would expect. Like, what are they gonna say? They're gonna talk about like, girl, we called. Like, they're not coming on TV and saying that shit.
Like, hey, girl, come over here and give me some sugar.
Right. Now that it's out, let me go on in and get Big Daddy like, come sit on my lap and report the news. Exactly. Yeah, like they're not gonna do that. So, yeah.
And in other news, and I know I didn't, this didn't come on Tony, so forgive me. Reverend Warnock has been declared the victor in Georgia over Herschel Walker. And it still was 51-48, y'all. It was still 51% to 48%.
I'm gonna tell you a meme that I saw that had me screaming about. It was a picture of him and Trump walking, and Trump was looking at him, and the caption said, "You almost had it until you start talking about wizards and shit," or some shit.
No, you have got to understand. Have you seen the video though?
I've seen him talk, and I haven't wanted to watch it again.
he up in front of people saying, "Which would you rather be, a wolf or a vampire?" And I was like,
I think that was the meme. The meme was like, it was Trump like, you almost had him till you started talking about vampires.
Exactly, talking about vampire and wolves and shit. The shit was hilarious.
I was on the floor.
I'm gonna say this because people who've been following, it's like, Herschel Walker is one of those people where you try to give him a strategy and it goes in one ear and out the other, and then when he get out in public, he done totally misconstrued shit. I think he was coached to give a speech about wolves. You know what I mean? Just, the toughness of wolves.
And he took it too literal.
And when he got out there, he forgot. But all he remembered was wolves. It was something about wolves. So he started talking about wolves, werewolves, and vampires and shit like that. And if you watch the video when he said, "Which would you rather be?" I'd rather be a werewolf, he said. So what I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure he was trying to remember what he was coached, but it just didn't execute well.
And it just goes to show how they just really be playing in our face sometimes. Like, y'all really thought y'all really just picked this man and just thought he was gonna step and fetch his way right on into the city. Like, what y'all? This man is an active CT in the active stages of CTE, and y'all let him go up there and make a fool. Georgia, y'all need to y'all really fumbled the bag this election. Y'all fumbled the bag.
It's funny because it's like, because we know that we now know that he moved from Texas to Georgia to run.
You wasn't even from there.
So now don't get me wrong. This has been done in the past. Hillary Clinton did it. You know what I mean? She's done it. So it's not like it's without precedent. Some people are like, "Oh, the Republicans tried to cheat." No, they didn't try to cheat. They just played by the rules. He had a residence in Georgia. He was a resident of Georgia. He can run for the office.
He could technically run. Yeah.
So, people are saying, well, they tried to cheat and lost. It's like, wasn't really cheating. It's just how it worked. You know what I mean? I believe they chose the wrong guy because this guy is clearly incompetent. I wouldn't even want him on my model Congress. You know what when the kids do their little Congress thing at school, I wouldn't even want him on there.
Don't even put him in my diagram. What is it? Diagram? What is it? Diaphragma? Rammer? What do they call it?
Exactly. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. But watching Herschel Walker, y'all, if y'all have to go to go over to YouTube and just look up Herschel Walker speeches. I'm sure you'll find a whole bunch of them. It's entertaining.
Embarrassment, just an embarrassment. That's what that is.
It's like watching comedy, a stand-up comic, and it's like, is this a skit? Is this for real? And speaking of comedy, y'all, I watched on Netflix. It's called Fucking Around. Snoop Dogg Fucking Around comedy show, and
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
It's on Netflix, and Snoop Dogg brought in 5 comics. One of them happened to be Cat Williams and Mike Epps. Joe Torre was in there also. Not Joe, Guy Torre, my bad.
Guy Torre, okay, his
Guy
brother.
Torre, not Joe. Joe is more funny than Guy. But I can tell you, I gave it 3 blunts. Should have gave it 2 for the 2 comics that I actually thought was decent.
Really? 3?
Cat Williams was Cat Williams. He delivered, but Guy Torre, even Mike Epps, and there's another one in there. They
didn't do it for you.
It was just they didn't do it for me. But D. Ray Davis, he was good. Donnell Rawlings, he was in there. He was, you know what I mean.
Donnell Rawlings.
They also had a young lady there who was on stage, and she was good, and she was very engaging. But I gave it 3 blunts. You got to be high to watch it, but even high, I didn't enjoy it. That was that. And I know I gave Tony my Wednesday, my Wednesday on Netflix thing last week, and I gave it 5 blunts. I guess I just finished it again. I just finished it the last 2 episodes again, and I gave it 5 blunts still. Tony said I'm gonna still run with it, but so am I. Get on over.
You said
to
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes.
Okay.
On Netflix. Yeah. I know a lot of folks say I got it on my list. Definitely check it out.
Yes.
After completing it, I thought it was a fun ride. Wasn't the best, but it was good escape. It was a good. This is what I call a good spinoff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's a good spinoff. They took an established brand. They took a character in that brand that a lot of people liked, and they gave her own story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They gave her own story, and I thought that was very cool. It's God, it's almost like it's following this formula, this teen formula that's on TV, like Riverdale and all these other things, and
like emo
the Vampire Slayer, that type thing.
Yeah,
I like the mystery aspect of it. So, not to give it too much away, there is a mystery aspect of it that has Wednesday going through the show, trying to figure things out. You know what I mean? So it's very good and everything like that. You know, I heard you watched a couple of movies too, or a movie or two. You know,
I did. I watched Bullet Train.
Okay,
and that's a Netflix original. Mm-hmm. That is with Brad Pitt and Tyree. Oh man, I forget his name is Tyree, but he's the gentleman that plays the rapper in Atlanta. That's a TV show on FX with Danny Glover, and not Danny Glover. I can't remember anybody's name.
David, is it David Glover?
David Glover, yeah, because Danny Glover is the Mister, ain't it?
Yeah. Donald Glover is his name.
Donald Glover. Oh my God.
Oh,
Danny
man.
Donald. Same. Yeah, I'm a pothead.
We are potheads. We're potheads. Please forgive us. I mean, we're potheads.
Correct us.
But anyway, Donald Glover ain't got shit to do with this. You're just talking about the guy is the actor in that show.
Yeah, is the actor. His name is Tyree.
Right.
And it was good. I liked it. I gave it about 4.5 blunts. It's, Brad Pitt is he's this assassin that's trying to find his zen and his peace. And, there just is, just know that there's a train and a suitcase, and it kind of gives you almost like a reminiscent of how they tell the story, like Ocean's 11. It's stories from different perspectives and how we all fucking got here. So that's kind of what it gave me. But I liked it. It was funny. And then I watched, so that's on Netflix. And then I watched Smile. And I watched that a couple of weeks ago. That was actually the movie I was trying to remember last week that I wanted to critique. But my brain just, But I gave that 4.5. That's on Paramount Plus. It's kind of gives the It Follows trope. I don't know if you've seen It Follows, but it's this, spirit that, is in going into people, and you can just kind of figure where it goes from there without giving too much of it away. But it's if you like those kinds of horrors, I would give it that. There were some jump scares in there.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie. I don't do scary movies like that. One of the in the trailer, they show that bitch bend their neck backwards, and I was done at that point. I didn't want.
She was like, click.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with this bitch? What the fuck?
We're having technical difficulties.
We got tech difficulties.
See.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not sure what's happening. But
yeah, we're on.
I look fine. I think we're on still.
Yeah, that's Tony just saying. That's just Tony letting the folks know out there that we are having technical difficulties.
Okay.
But yeah, there used to be a movie with I'm about to say Donald Glover again, Denzel Washington, and he was doing the same thing. There was it was a spirit going around possessing people, and he was trying to find out who it is. He was trying to get rid of it. The reason I liked it because it wasn't really a scary movie; it was more a suspense, a thriller. I can't remember the name. James Gandolfini was in it. The late James Gandolfini was in it.
Really?
It was pretty good.
I need to go investigate that because I don't think I've seen that.
And y'all excuse my ashy ass knuckle because it's bothering me just as much as probably bothering y'all. Fuck it, we here.
I didn't even notice it until you said something. So
well, I see it every time I put my hand up.
Put yourself on.
It's funny because I'm looking at my monitor and shit. You know how you watch videos and sometimes you notice something like you hear the person talk, can't really tell them, man, you got ashy knuckles. And then I'm looking and I'm high. So I'm like, that nigga on TV got ashy knuckles. Who let him go on air with ashy knuckles? And I'm looking at my and then it clicks like, that motherfucker is me. That's me on TV with the ashy knuckles. God.
That shit, wow. I need to smoke what you smoking over there.
Hey, it's that Candy Jack, y'all. It's that Candy Jack.
Candy Jack. I love.
But yeah, it's crazy. The Smile, like I said, I'm not gonna watch it. I wish I could find out that Denzel movie. Tony can probably look it up. Denzel Washington and James Gandolfini. They were the two actors in it. I forgot what it was called.
Candy Jack.
If you put those two search terms in, the movie should come up. I think it's the only movie. Yeah, I think that it was the only movie that they done they had done together. But yeah, that was a pretty good movie.
It sounds like a 90s classic, like when
I think it was early 2000s.
Really? Okay. It was still a vibe back then. Those movies were still.
Yeah, but it just wasn't. It was very. It was a very cool movie, and I wish I could find it. Excuse me, damn, that was a nasty burp. Oh man. Fallen. Yes.
Oh, with
there
Denzel.
You go. Fallen, 1998.
Oh, I remember that. Okay, I'm thinking
right
of
on,
Danny Glover.
I'm sitting up here looking for it, and then we find it at the same time. That's how I know me and Tony be like on the same wavelength sometimes.
Right.
But
Fallen.
yeah.
Okay, I remember that movie. Yeah, I remember that. I don't remember watching it, but I remember it being out.
Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, y'all can check Smile out. I'm sorry, I done fucked around and gave y'all all that. Now next week, y'all, I will be reviewing some Christmas stories. Christmas movies. It may be old, it may be something new. Won't be no Hallmark shit. You won't see me reviewing no Hallmark shit.
You don't watch the cheesy Hallmark movies?
No. Nope. Nope.
That's the appeal, is that they're cheesy.
Like
it just fits this time of year. Like it
always happens the same. It's always the same story. The working man or the working woman, they work too hard and they gotta go home to their family. They done gotten there. They always
got no Christmas tree, nothing.
They got, so they're going home with their family. Normally their sassy personal assistant shows up with them because that person is their life and all that, and then next thing you know, they come home, they meet either the gardener or some kid from high school, and they spend the whole movie talking about Christmas joy. The dumb shit, y'all. We don't need all that. It's just like...
I mean, like, that's part of the appeal, though. Like my favorite movie is Vacation, Christmas Vacation. Those are movies that I'm definitely gonna be watching during this time of year because it's just funny, it's nostalgic, it takes me back, to a different time. So
yeah, and that's what that's what I'm gonna be reviewing over the next couple of weeks. So y'all know what are good. I'll review good I review some old ones as well as some new ones. There was a couple of new ones on VH1, but they were so I kind of fell asleep on them, so I can't even do a real review on them. And I don't feel like motherfucking
right. We should do some
shit.
nostalgic movies, like to reviews. Like I think I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna dig Carmen back up with Beyonce.
Yeah, and I don't even think I'm gonna give them. I don't even think I'm gonna give them blunt ratings because they're classics. You know what I mean? If you don't like them, then you weren't hugged as a child. And I said what I said.
Period. Period. Hashtag period.
Exactly. Here we go.
Oh, Lord, what did you?
You almost had me spit my coffee out on the computer. It's already having a hard time. Yeah, you said what you said. Yeah. You need a hug, boss?
You need a
hug. I was hugged as a child. I was also dropped on my head, but that's just another story.
Same.
But one thing I was thinking about too is professional courtesy. Okay. There's a story out of Tampa, I believe Tampa, Florida, where the police chief has just resigned. There was an incident in which the police chief was driving a
golf cart.
Yeah, a golf cart down the street. She was pulled over, of course, and she told the cops. She identified herself as the chief and asked, "Hey, could you let this slide?" Yeah. Well, and the body cam footage was caught. And she was asked to resign. She did, and I don't think she should have resigned because I think that was a reasonable ask. Go ahead, Tony.
I saw something earlier this evening when I was pulling up everything for the show. At first, I didn't think it was reasonable to ask her to resign either. But what I did notice is that in the very beginning of that body cam footage, she turned around and asked that officer. She flat out said, "Is there a camera on?" And when he said no, that's when she proceeded to ask that.
I see. So it made it seem like it was shady.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so therefore, that's where now I have to agree with it at this point.
Okay, I see. Because that was her first thing. And I get it. And now with that information, I can see why she might have been asked to resign because it did look like she didn't want.
She was trying to use her power.
She was trying to use her power because she asked if the camera was on. And even though some people might be sitting at home saying, "Well, that's technical." No, that's not technical at all. If she would have asked knowing she was on camera, then that's totally different. And it's also how you ask too. She asked him, was his camera on before she was about to do some dumb shit, as opposed to knowing the camera's on and then saying, "Hey, how about letting us slide on this one?" And in that case, and see, Tony just fucked up my whole argument for
me. Took the wind out your argument.
But you know what? That's what we're here for too. Once you get more information, you can make a more informed opinion. But I can also go back. I can also go back and say, hey, whether she knew the camera was on or not, in my opinion, it did seem like a request that a normal person would ask, and the cop would say, "Hey, all right, I'm gonna let you slide." I've gotten caught making LA stops at stop signs and gotten pulled over. I didn't get a ticket. He said, "Hey, just make a complete stop." You know what I mean? And he let me slide. I didn't ask. He just said, I just need, people do that all the time at this light or at this stop sign. I just need you to be more aware type looking ass. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Tony.
I do have one more thing to add, though. The fact that the cop said no and blatantly lied to her, You know, and in the video, he also mentioned to her that he thought she looked familiar. So that kind of
Clout chaser.
begs the question: did he set her up on purpose? Was he the
I
one who
mean,
eventually said, "Oh, a
yeah,
month
because why
later,
would you
the hair is
tell
still
her
fake"?
no? Like, why would
Yeah.
you lie to her and say that it's not
But
on?
that's what I'm
Like, that
saying. Like,
makes
why
me
would you
question
unless
it
you're
too.
up to something?
And I don't think
Yeah,
it's, like going back to Boss's point too, I don't think it's out of the norm to, like we not gonna act like that shit don't happen, like
Yeah.
they just got caught on camera doing it. I
Yeah.
feel like they all do that.
Yeah.
Listen, my bad, like
It's just
just,
it's a
because I done
professional
got nah.
courtesy.
Yeah, it's just a professional courtesy. It's not outlandish to
Uh-huh.
think that those things that don't happen,
Yeah.
And I
Exactly.
think that maybe it was just somebody who didn't like her or didn't fuck with her or didn't know her or nothing,
Mm-hmm.
nothing like that. So,
Yeah.
but I
Or
didn't
just
know
or
that
covering his own
she
ass.
asked, yeah, or covering his own ass. But why would you lie? Like
Yeah.
what did you gain by saying no? The camera's not on when you knew the camera was that you thought you was
Exactly.
just gonna get the drop on the bitch? Like, I mean, I don't understand that. So, but
And
I didn't know that either.
you lost a favor, my guy. You lost a
Yeah,
favor.
don't nobody want to fuck. Ain't nobody gonna want to fuck with you now. I'm not like,
Yeah.
oh, like
And
all the little cop friends and shit. They ain't gonna want
that's
to
wrong.
be
They gonna
cop
fuck with
friends
him.
with you.
They gonna fuck with
Yeah,
him. They
like
gonna fucks with him.
you don't even be loyal to the soil. Like why would we? No, you can't come to the after bar after. No, you can't go
Can't come
drink
to the
with a
bar after work. Nah, that's if
yeah. How
you know
ass.
that might be, but it may not be. We don't know.
We
We
don't
don't
know.
know.
I'm just, I'm being
Mhm.
facetious, of course. I'm not being serious, but
Yeah,
it just, it could possibly happen. Cops are a little
but that to me, like
fraternity,
I said,
so
I think that's something I would let slide. It wasn't like he
yeah.
showed up to a murder scene and she was like, "Don't say I was here,"
Don't say I killed.
or she wasn't with her husband. He said, "Don't say I wasn't with my husband." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
I
was
ran a red light, or I
yeah,
was driving a golf cart. Like I'm not killing nobody. I'm bending a law, but everybody bends the law, so
exactly.
you
It's
know.
still illegal, but they've been
It's
the
still
law.
illegal.
It happens.
Let's not act like we're perfect and we
Yeah,
haven't,
it happens. It happens.
taken advantage of a situation that,
Mm-hmm.
that we knew was wrong.
Yeah,
Like it's just when the
exactly.
moral police start, acting like
Mm-hmm.
they don't ever do shit
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
pointing fingers at everybody, But, I definitely would have let that slide. I would have been
Mm-hmm.
like, girl, go, just get up
Go
out the
on.
street. Hurry up
Yeah.
and get to your
Don't
destination
do
and
this
get up
shit
off
no
the
more.
street. Yeah, don't do this shit no more.
Exactly.
Like I would have, like especially, I would have. I don't know. I would have. I definitely wouldn't have snitched on her. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. They must not have liked her or something, or didn't know her. Just I don't know. Because why
Yeah.
wouldn't you cover? Nobody want to the golf
Exactly.
cart. We don't care about that. Somebody is
Mm-hmm.
actively stabbing somebody right now,
Yeah.
and you want to resign.
Exactly. Now, I'm gonna sneak this one in here before we get on to our snacks. Um, before we came on air, y'all, I came across an article that said a scientist had found 10,000 nerve endings in a woman's clitoris.
Oh Lord.
And we get all the jokes about women say they can't even find it. Well, y'all, he found it with a microscope. And he said it has over 10,000 nerve endings in it. And I'm thinking to myself,
I mean, that's
I said, I bet you this guy must believe that Columbus discovered America too. Because
right. I'm all,
I thought
we
that was
knew that
common knowledge.
already. Right. That's why the clitoris is where you have the orgasm, because all those little nerve endings right
Yeah,
there. We knew that already.
yeah.
So like I don't know what
But my
the
thing
news break
is,
was.
it's common knowledge, bro. It's like, and now that you know this knowledge, you still can't find the motherfucker.
All
You
right,
know?
and half of you niggas still, it'll be y'all, yeah, and a bunch of you niggas still won't even get it. Like, it just be all
Exactly.
around it. Like, this, bruh, stay right here. Stay there.
Exactly.
Like, don't do all, you ain't gotta do
I,
all.
we knew there was a lot of nerve endings in a woman's clitoris. I mean, why did we need why did somebody need to study this now?
Needed money for
To
the
channel my
research.
inner token Tony.
Oh, Lord.
How do we How would we discover this? How would we do this study? I mean, is there some motherfucker running around touching women's clits? You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
you know,
They do them kind of studies.
and if so,
Sign me up for the study.
Yeah, sign me up. You know, I'll go around touching women's clitorises. You know, the same way I know women who will sit there and want their clitoris stimulated. Like, you sure you didn't find it? You sure you didn't? You sure
it's not down there? No, it's right there. Yeah.
You know, but
I don't have no problem finding mine. So, you know, like,
of course it's yours.
So I don't know. But you know, there's I don't know why that needed to be a news break, but you know, whatever.
I don't know why that story even hit. It's just
they got to justify giving this department money for something. So
exactly. Now, man, we got me all cotton mouth. You see, I don't almost
right. I want to go get my M&M's so bad.
But this week's snack, I'm fucking with y'all, and it looks like I'm reaching out into the ether and shit.
I'm gonna go get my little regular ass M&Ms, and that's I'm gonna just describe those.
I know Tony's gonna whatchamacallit. God, I don't even have a bottle of it next to me. But one thing I have been drinking on is Nestle Splash Blast. And it's a flavored water. I think it's geared towards kids, for kids to drink more water. But I actually like it. I right now I'm fucking with the pineapple mango flavor. It's good. It's I gave it 4 blunts. Only gave it 4 blunts because it only comes in 6-packs. And that 6-pack is like $4 or $5.
Right, so they want to keep you buying that shit.
Yeah, so I think they need to make it in larger quantities. But that's the reason I gave it 4 blunts. But I was sitting there saying, I drink that shit like water. And it is water. You know what I mean?
It is.
Yes. And I'm also here, and I'm not I didn't review these because my girl brought them to me before the show. It's Fudge Nutter Butters.
Oh.
Yeah, shouts out to Bunny Kawaii. Fudge Nutter Butters, y'all. This is a Nutter Butter.
I almost drooled. What are those?
Nutter Butters. Chocolate fudge covered Nutter Butters. And
I want some.
Say that 5 times fast.
Fudge Nutter Butters.
But these motherfuckers are addictive. I pop these motherfuckers like Skittles. Didn't eat any during the show, but my munchies kicking in. Oh no, Tony, it's only 4 left. And mind you, she just handed me this pack.
They ain't gonna make it out of there.
I haven't had any, so y'all gotta look at Bunny Kawaii for that one, y'all.
Yeah, Bunny, Bunny. Bunny, put aside some for us sometime.
Yeah, that's what I was fucking with. I'm not gonna do a review because, like I said, it's my munchies that I have on things. I said I had the Jelly Belly candy canes, you know. And they're okay. My girl Bunny, she didn't like them, but hey, it's whatever. But I'm gonna try to review for next.
What's the flavor again?
I believe this is tropical punch. They're not written on there. But when you go to, we got them at Walmart. They have them in the thing, and it'll show you what the flavors are. What I'm gonna try to review for y'all next week. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, I got a different flavor of candy cane.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What I'm gonna try to review for you next week is that Wingstop has a new flavor. Carolina Gold Carolina something or whatever. I'm gonna definitely try to jump on those and review those.
Oh yeah, please.
What you snacking on though?
Brown M&Ms. Oh, standby. Fun size package, probably from Halloween. I don't know. They hidden right now because I'm hungry and I'm fucking these up. This is my sweet tooth for the night.
Yeah, I gotta. You know what, y'all? Before we get out of here, I have a whole snack bag. I have a snack bag.
I think you showed. Did you show us your snack bag?
Yeah, I think I showed y'all that during a production meeting one day.
Let me see.
But we have a snack bag, and it's always got snacks in it. It's always got some sort of snack in it, crackers, that type of thing. But yeah, man, y'all need to get y'all a snack bag. I'm sure y'all got one. I keep that motherfucker near my bag. You know what I mean?
I try to keep mine as far as away as possible, so I don't eat all of them.
Oh, Tony put up
everything.
He put up a thing. Scorpion tequila.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay.
Fucking pothead. She talks about M&Ms when tequila is on the table.
Because I was drunk when I did my thing. So yeah, I had some yesterday too. I had a friend who had a birthday yesterday. He had a birthday party, the toga party that I went to. That was on Saturday, and shout out to Tonio, happy birthday. They had this bottle of tequila and it had a scorpion in it. I think it's called I took a picture of the bottle and I took a picture of the name. But I have to look it up. I'll let you guys know. But the scorpion is hanging in the bottle, like it's hanging in the cork. So it's just like in there. It's supposed to make it more potent. The tequila is supposed to make it more potent. You don't eat the Scorpio. Don't eat the scorpion, guys. Please don't do that. Just, it's supposed to make it, the longer it sits, the venom is supposed to make it potent. So it was very strong. I didn't see the actual scorpion in the bottle the first time, so I just, because I don't know if I don't know, it's cognitive dissonance kind of thing where it's just like if I don't see it, But yesterday I saw the actual scorpion in the bottle just hanging, and I was like, ah! But we had some more, and it was definitely potent, definitely strong. So I did give it 4 blunts, only because, and I do like M&Ms. I only gave it 4 because I just got a little freaked out with the scorpion, just seeing it just floating in there. And it wasn't a little one; it was a big ass one. It was like a full grown scorpion. Like it wasn't just hanging in there. He in there until dead. That motherfucker.
It was a whole ass scorpion.
Dead than a motherfucker in there.
Most definitely. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to review those wings next week for y'all. There's just a lot of stuff that it's just be on my list. I eat snacks all the time. My girl Bunny Kawaii, shouts out to Bunny Kawaii.
Shout out to Bunny.
She would be at Walmart or Smith's and she'll eat brand new snacks, or she'll see an old school snack, bring it back. You know what I mean? Exotic Boulevard. If you out there,
I need a ride or die like that.
Yeah, Exotic. Boy, you looking like motherfucking Chris Tucker. with your cup like taking up the whole frame. But yeah, she'll be out getting snacks. But yeah, what's your go-to munchie, y'all? Let us know in the comments, on the replay, wherever you listen to us at. Let us know what your favorite go-to munchie is. But like I said, Bunny Kawaii is always out there. Just looking for snacks. And like I said, Exotic Boulevard, if you're listening, go ahead and email us, info@theagentpotheads. Send us a box.
Please.
Send us a box, y'all. Send us a
box.
It. We will try that motherfucker. We will try it. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I'm going to need Tony to add like Exotic Boulevard to the hashtags just so they can see our thing and see us talking about these snacks.
Right.
But what y'all go to snack, y'all let us know. With that, y'all, let us know if you have any good show ideas. Hit us up at info@theagingpotheads.com, or you can go candy@theagingpotheads.com, and you also have me, Funky Monk, at the agingpotheads.com. You can hit us up. You can hit us up on our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram. You can definitely hit us up with show ideas and things like that. You want to come on the show, let us know. And I want to thank you all. Exactly. I want to thank you all for joining us. It has been a wonderful time talking with y'all, getting high with y'all. Thank you for smoking with us. I want y'all to be kind to each other. I want you to stay medicated, stay medicate, and as always, my friends, stay lifted. Good night.
Thank you. Yes, stay lifted. See you guys next week.